Hello, welcome to the episode of Motoring Middle East. Today I'm checking out the Honda Civic. And before you wonder, no, I haven't gone crazy. This isn't a new car, but it is a new engine. For this market, we're now getting a 1.6 litre 4-cylinder engine. So that brings up the total Civic engine count to 3. If you remember, we've got a 2-litre engine that does about 160 horsepower. We've got a 1.5-litre turbo engine that does about 180 horsepower. And now this Civic 1.6 with 123 horsepower. So quite a lot of engines actually. All of them, and I mean all 3 engines, are hooked up to a CVT gearbox. Now, CVTs don't have the best reputation, but the Honda one is fine. It has like 6-stepped virtual ratios and it's pretty alright to drive. So really, this is going to be a short review taking you around the car to show you what's different, what to expect. Prices are pretty affordable, 72,000 dirhams, 900 for this 1.6, and it comes pretty well kitted out for a base model. Obviously not as good as a 2-litre engine or the turbo, but you know what? I think for a lot of people with the commute, this might be enough. Let's take a look. So what do we expect from the 1.6 Civic? Well, it pretty much looks like a top trim 2.0. You've got these nice 70-inch alloy wheels, the same standard body kit, and otherwise very little to felt apart. I mean, it's got chrome garnishes on the handles here, some chrome trim around the daylight opening. Otherwise, pretty much looks straight like a Civic. There's no badging on the back, no LX, DX or whatever. It just says Civic. So maybe that's the only way for people to know that you are in the base Civic. But it doesn't look like a base level car. And plus, it's got all the standard Civic stuff as well. A very striking body that either you really like now or you think it looks like a spaceship, but certainly can't ignore. Tons and tons of room in the back and the front. I mean, this is basically the size of an old BMW 5 Series, let's be honest. Overall, still a very accomplished car, lots of space. So let's see if putting a small engine in it makes it worse. Oh, and there's a small matter of the interior. Let's see what's different there, shall we? So, interior Civic. Well, pretty much the same digital dashboard, a lot less options here. It doesn't have one of those fancy screens. In fact, it only shows you a few things. Let me see if I can use the standard strip stock, which feels a bit flimsy actually. Yeah, that goes through the average for trip A, trip B, 7.4 litres per 100. So in case those of you are wondering, it's 7.4 litres per 100 and it seems okay. This car's pretty new, 1900 kilometers on the clock. Other than that, what have we got here? My usual red charging cable, Econ button as always, brake hold, nice touch to have. So when you put your foot on the brakes, that's what it is, the brakes, at a stoplight, it automatically engages the handbrake. I don't know what's happened to my mouth today, I'm unable to say things. Down here you've got your usual 2 cup holders and a Pocari bottle because that keeps us alive. Standard cloth seats, usual checkered flag, I think, because Honda is a winning constructor in the Formula 1. Many years of this. Quite comfortable seats. So this is the part you all want to see. AC, you know what to expect. Pretty much standard climate control. This is single zone climate control, so this sets the zone, the whole car. This sets the temperature, and this sets the fan speed. Usual controls down here, etc. You know what to expect. Pretty small screen up here. Probably my least favorite part of the car because I think they could have gone better. It's basically the screen from the old Honda CR-V and those kinds of cars. So for those of you wondering, let me spoil the illusion right now. That's not a touch screen. You got your radio, media, that's it. There's no navigation, nothing, not even an option to edit. Volume, and then of course these, if you go to media, this is the podcast I was listening to, these are the things that press that pauses it. Very basic, but it is Bluetooth, so that does help. And of course you've got your usual, let me see if I can get down here, etc. cable for plugging in, USBs and stuff. One USB for the entire car, but no CarPlay. Frankly, there's nowhere to even put CarPlay. So this is my only disappointing part of the car, is this screen. But then again, it is 72,900 dirhams. Can you complain? Oh, sorry about the plastic. I know it's disgusting, but I cut my hand open. Yeah, probably could be better, but you've got to save costs somewhere. Let's see what it's like to drive. So you're probably wondering, what's a 1.6 like in terms of outright raw drag race, full throttle acceleration? We're into sport. Let's brake torque this thing. Go. This is foot to the floor. 6,000 RPM, 6,500 RPM. That's 100. It's not quick by any means. But if you don't drive it like an idiot, which is that is not how you should drive it. It's fine. The torque is fine. It's only 150 Newton meters of torque, so it's not a lot. But it's fine. I mean, for getting around town, it is perfectly sufficient. No, the 2 litre isn't that great either. The only car, the engine I consider really good is the 1.5 turbo, which is again not a fast engine, but it's fine. They do an SI version of that engine, which we don't get in this market, and I would love to get. It even comes with a manual. I just want to show something here. Okay, this is a very bumpy bit, and most of the time it just vibrates my camera to crap. It's probably doing it right now. But you know what? The Civic rides so well. I can talk to you. It's pretty good. The ride is really good. Why you buy this car? Reason number 1, the ride is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Rides really well. Second reason is coming up in a second, but it's a good, comfortable place to be. I use that line way too much. It's a nice cabin. It's very good. Good visibility in all directions. You've got your AC and so on, Bluetooth. You've got a very strange car that I'm going to be passing. I mean, it looks like a Land Rover. What is it? Is it a Land Rover that's like... Oh, it's a camping Land Rover. It's one of those people. Camping Land Rovers. Reason number 2. Coming up to this corner right now. Here we go. Let's give it a whirl. It's about 80 kilometers per hour. Turn! No trouble at all. Turns out the Civic can handle. Haven't handled really well. And the steering's pretty good, pretty well weighted. No real issues. Civic is a good handling car. And with a smaller engine, handles even better. So yeah, if your commute involves lots of corners, it's a good car. Fuel economy is like 7.5 liters per 100, 7.4. I think the regular 2 litre does 8 something. It's not bad. Honestly, I think the 2 litre is the better engine. Let me not BS you. But this is fine. If you're really concerned about fuel economy, the 1.6 is fine. I'm getting up to speed right now. I'm caning it a bit. 100, 103, 105, 120. It's fine. Does the job. Road noise, a little loud. I wonder if it's the tires again. I don't know what the tires are. I think they're Bridgestones, but it's a little louder. No, it's not the tires. Before Bridgestone calls me up and gets angry, I think it's wind noise from the cabin. So the wind noise is a little higher than expected. But this is one of the hardest parts of this job, is trying to find things to say about cars like this, because there isn't a lot you can say. They're pretty adequate. Everything is okay. Steering, handling, braking, toys. Well, yeah. What do you say about a car like this? It's an appliance. It gets you from point A to point B to point Z. And point B is usually your workplace. And for most people, it's perfectly fine. I think the 2 litre is the better buy. I think the turbo is a good buy. But most people are probably not going to spend that kind of money. 90,000 dirhams on a Civic, no way. So for most people, this is more than enough car. I would say splurge and get the 2.0, but if you really had to, is this better than the Corolla 1.6? I think it's a 1.6. Haven't driven the 1.6, but they all have CVT engines now. Corolla also has a 2 litre engine. It's hard to compare. I think what you get are the intangibles. The engine performances, all of them are pretty sluggish but worthy engines. What you're getting with these cars is differentiators. So I know Kia will throw in a ton of tech, a ton of toys. And for a lot of people, that's all they want. So if that's your thing, maybe a Kia. I'm not so crazy about the whole Kia ownership experience, without being very vague. I don't think they don't really feel like having a premium product. Honda, you get a much nicer cabin, the quality is all there, everything feels built to last, which it is. This car is built in Turkey, but it feels exactly the same as any Japanese-made Civic or American-made Civic. All of them are really good. With the Toyotas, you're getting that famed reliability and cost of ownership. So if you're going to keep your car for 600,000-700,000 kilometers, maybe the Corolla is the way forward. But for most people, this has the space of an Accord with the economy of a Yaris. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. It's not the one I would buy, but if you did buy it, I know why you were buying it, and I'll give you a pat on the back. Thanks for watching. This is Imthishan. This is Motoring Middle East. I'll be back with some more Honda reviews very soon. Thanks for watching.